Welcome back, everybody, to Tech ROM Review. We're going to be going over Hexa ROM, or the Hexa Project, today for the Nexus 6. I'm going to take a drink here real quick. And this is round 2. I tried taking a video before, and of course, it screwed up on me. Quickly, I just want to go through here, let you guys see what it looks like as flashed. But the only thing that it doesn't look like as flashed is going to be the drop down. That's because I just have my blur set, and this is not a theme. This is right in with the ROM. And I picked blue as a color that I wanted for my blur background and stuff like that. But I did want you guys to see this is how it looks as flashed. Now, I can't change the apps that I have loaded. Oh yeah, because I'm in Nova Launcher. These are the apps you're going to get when you load or when you first flash the ROM, and it is going to come with G apps, obviously. So if you take out the G apps, as you guys can see, there's not a whole lot of apps that the ROM comes with. And what I did was, since it's Nova Launcher, I can create my own folders. And what I did was I put everything in that I downloaded myself into this folder. That way you guys could see what came with the ROM as flashed. And of course with G apps, and I'm using OpenGApps Micro. So that's what comes with it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do now is go into the Nova Launcher settings. And we are going to go select default home, and we're going to pick Trebuchet because that's the default launcher. So I'm going to click home again, and we're going to click always, and we're good to go. Alright, I've got to put a different wallpaper on there, so I'm going to pause this and put a different wallpaper on. Alright, that's more like it. Okay, because that's the wallpaper this ROM comes flashed with, okay? Just so you guys know, there are no other wallpapers, it's just that one. So I wanted to run something that's, that's got a little bit of, a good look to it. So let's go into settings here real quick. We're going to go right down to About Phone. This is Hexa Project. It's for the Nexus 6, Android version 7.1.1. January security patch. I am running Blackbird kernel because this is Lineage OS based. And Lineage OS, by default, will encrypt your phone. Just so be prepared, guys. If you don't take the right preparations, you are going to encrypt your phone, okay? Just giving you a heads up right now. I can tell you that what I did was 3 things. The FED patch, which stands for Forced Encryption Disabler, and I'll give links to all that in the video description. Number 2, you're going to need to flash SuperSU, SR1 V278 or 279. Either will do it. And then you should flash a custom kernel too. And I'm using Blackbird. You guys can flash whatever kernel of choice you want to. You do those 3 things, and you will not get force encrypted. All right. We are going to go into the about information for the Hexa OS. That way you guys can see what lineage version it is, the API level if you guys are interested in that, the Hexa ROM version. This is Alpha 2F, and then of course the build date, which is, and it says, oh, the lineage, I don't get that, it says 2.6, but I'm pretty sure that it is February 6th version. Anyways, before we go any further, I just wanted to tell you guys that this ROM is running great. Again, I've had no issues at all with this ROM. We're going to go into the Hexa customizations. This is where all the custom features are located at. They've pretty much packed it all into here. And it is in a swipe to the right format, kind of like how Dirty Unicorn used to be, and all of that. That is how they have it set up. Yes, it does come with Pi, and I forgot to turn it off. And I usually run it with it off just for that reason. But that's one of the cool features that this ROM has. Under status bar, you're going to have your standard status bar settings. I'm in OS. Under status bar, you're going to have basically your standard status bar customizations. You have your status bar icons. Pick and choose what you want to show. That's what you're going to do there. Your data, Wi-Fi, activity arrows. If you want your arrows on, telling you whether you have data coming in or going out, then you can turn that on or leave it off if you want. Your brightness control, show notification count. Quick pull down, right, left, or off. You have your double tap to sleep if you guys run with that. This ROM does come with a battery bar, so kudos to the Hexa OS team for that. I love my battery bar, and I'm glad that they included it. A lot of custom settings you can do with it, the blend colors and all that, and charging animation if you want to run with that. And by the way, I'm running 1 DPI as far as the width on my battery bar. Then battery status style this is kind of basic here. I'd love it if the 3-minute mod would be set up to run in Nougat, but ever since 7.1.1 hit, that was it for 3-minute mod, and I still haven't seen any updates on that yet. Let's just hope they figure it out so we can run that again. Then you have your battery percentage. If you guys want it to show hidden or inside the battery, that's where you go for that. Next up is going to be the clock and date settings. Of course, you have your position, AM, PM, show the seconds if you want. And yes, they allow you to color it. It's as simple as clicking on the color and bam, there you go. I have been waiting forever for a ROM to come out that allows us to throw some colors in our status bar. I don't even need a theme if I can put colors in my status bar. And I love it. This ROM's finally done it. And as far as I'm aware, this is the only ROM I know of that does this. It's for the clock. Now, I've seen other settings, but for the clock, maybe Resurrection Remix, maybe Cyanide. But all the other ones out there, this is it. They allow you to change the font size, which is awesome too. If you want to make it bigger, just pick on a bigger number, and of course your font size gets bigger. Next up would be your heads up. If you want to run with heads up, just click that on, and of course there are your settings for that, your timeout, your snoozer timer. I don't run with heads up. Status bar weather is basically what it is. It's having weather in your status bar. You have your provider, your weather and temperature. This is going to be whether you want to show the temperature in your status bar, like you see mine right now in the upper left. And of course, they even allow you to color it. Again, this is the theme that you're going to see throughout this ROM, is allowing you to color the items in your status bar. And like I said, I've waited for a long time for this, and I'm just so happy that we finally have a ROM that allows you to do those custom color features. Carrier label, again, even the carrier label, if you can color it. I'm running, my carrier label is Hexa. I have it colored blue. They do give you the option to make it bigger if you want. You just click on that, make it whatever size you want. You can go all the way up to that size, or you can make it really tiny if you want. I'm guessing that is in case you're using an icon or something. That way you can drop it, so it's not quite so big. You have your carrier font, your carrier label font, if you want to change that to, and hide notifications, hide on notifications. What that means is basically if you start getting a pile of notifications in your status bar, it'll hide that and let you see more of the notifications as opposed to overlapping them, or you not seeing the notifications. That's pretty much it for that. Let's see, where was I at here? That was carrier label, network trafficking ticker. Everything else here is pretty much standard. I don't see anything else that would be different from any other. So now we're going to swipe to the right. It's going to bring up our quick settings. Vibrate, on touch, advanced tile data, your icon, all that. The two things I wanted to show are the quick settings UI settings, or your quick setting tile UI settings. Now, this is going to allow you to pick and choose what you want for your rows and your columns, and they give you up to 4 rows. I'd like to see 5 on that, but at least it's better than 3. So they do give you the option to go with up to 4 on your rows and up to 3 on your rows and landscape. If you guys like more columns than 3, they do go clean up to 6, just in case you guys want more columns. You can definitely set it up that way. The fancy OS animation, what that does is turn on or off the custom animations that Nougat comes with when you drop your status bar down. So as you guys can see right now, I have my animations turned off. I don't like that animation, but if you guys want it, you just click that on, and as you guys can see, the animations are now working. I'm going to go ahead and leave it off. And then the rest of that is for controlling the animations of the tiles whenever you click them. I have mine set to rotate. I have it on fast, and my interpolar is set on linear. You guys can try whatever you want with that. And next up is going to be the quick settings, or the QS header settings. And yes, it is exactly what it says. This ROM comes with headers. So you have your task manager, and then of course custom header image. If you want it, go ahead and pick it. If you don't, just click on it, to shut it off. But I do like headers. I like to run with them. So I have a header up there. And I usually go with the dynamic. You can go with a static if you want. And static means you pick one picture, and that's the picture that stays there all the time. Dynamic means it changes for different reasons, whether it's throughout the course of the day, or if you have it on random, it'll just switch ever so often, like every 30 minutes, every hour, or whatever. It's switching to a different one. So you guys can, again, pick whatever you want to do with that. Of course, you can browse the installed headers. This is more for the dynamic mode, or if you just want to see what's there, or static mode is what I meant. You can just go down through here, and guys, remember when you're looking at this, I did install the J. I'm going to screw his name up, but it's a header pack from the PlayStore. I will put a link in the description for you guys in case you want to flash that. It's a free app. It gives you about half as more headers that you can choose from. But this header pack does come with the DNA Dark Project, which is exactly what I'm running. So when I pull my headers down, that's the DNA pack that you're seeing right there. Let's see. You do have your settings shortcut. Pretty much edit icon, multi-user, all that. That's your basic settings that we're all used to seeing. That's going to take care of for the quick settings. We're going to swipe to the right, bring up the nav bar. You can enable it or disable it if you want. Go with the dynamic nav bar, which I usually do. What that does is change the background according to the app that you're running, changes the color to kind of like, go with it, whether it's dark or light, stuff like that. Navigation mode, they do have Fling. They have both Fling and Smart Bar. So basically, this has the DUI nav bar settings. So kudos to them for throwing that in there. I do like that. Right now, I'm running in Smart Bar. I'll show you the Fling settings because I know some of you guys do like to use Fling. These are the Fling settings. I'm not even going to pretend to know that I know what they are. Listen to me, I can't even talk. I just got out of a 12-hour shift last night, so this guy's ready for bed. But I wanted to get this out so you could see it. They do have Pulse. It does come with Pulse. You can set it up however you like. I love Pulse, so I'm going to run with it. And depending on the render mode, if you go with fading blocks or solid lines, will depend on the settings that you have down below here for your Pulse. I'm going to go ahead and put that back into the... where's it at here? I hit the back button too many times. I go back again. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and... No! I'm going to go ahead and put that back into Smart Bar. I'm going to go ahead and put that back into Smart Bar. There we go. These are your Smart Bar settings. Again, if you press that toggle button editor and you see that red circle with the X in it, that allows you to set up by pressing and holding on either one of these icons and pressing the actions button, hit long press, double tap, or single tap, and then by selecting that, you can pick whatever you want to do with that button. So that's how you set them up. It's fairly easy. I'm going to click cancel. And I can't think of anything else. They do have the transparency button down there. So if we go... Oh, okay. It makes the status bar transparent. So we're going to click out of that and go back. You do have left-handed mode and the show arrow keys. And by the way, Right here is your Pi control. And like I said, I showed you guys Pi is working. I'm going to go ahead and shut it off. So again, that I don't inadvertently hit it while we're going through this like I did earlier. We're going to swipe to the right. That's going to bring up our recent settings. You can use recents if you want. Use the Omni switch for recents by clicking that on. I'm going to turn it off because basically I had it on to show the settings. I don't want that on now. Off. Okay, well, it's working the way I want it. It's working in recent, so I'm not going to mess with it. I think I need to do a system UI restart in order to get that back to where it was. Enable clear all button. They do give you 6 positions. They do come with the memory bar, which is awesome. And then your immersive recents. I like to run mine full screen. If we swipe to the right, brings up the animations. If you guys are into that, these are your system-wide animations here. Toast animations are here. And your list view animations are there if you guys are really into this. And scrolling cache all the way at the bottom. I like scrolling modifier. That's pretty much the only animations I like to use, unless they give me the option to run with rotate on the power menu. But I didn't see that option in here, or I would probably run with that. That's pretty much for animations. We're going to swipe to the right. It's going to bring up the lock screen fonts, your notification count, power menu and lock screen. Pretty much all the same stuff. These are going to be your weather options. You click on the top, your weather provider. This is going to be how you set it up. I'm pretty sure it comes with the app installed. You don't have to install it from the Play Store. I do know that Lineage OS, on some of them anyways, didn't come with a provider. You actually had to go to the Play Store and download it. Don't quote me on it, but I'm almost 100% sure this comes with Yahoo already to go right out of the gate. That's pretty much it for the weather settings. Power menu on lock screen. These are your weather options. Oh, I guess we already went over that. That's pretty much it. We're going to go to other settings. You have your gesture anywhere, your flashlight notification, allow signature spoofing, all that. Custom LED. The part I like on this is definitely going to be the transparency. These are your transparency settings. I usually don't mess with them. I just make sure that they're on. And of course the blur. I love blur. I think that's one of the coolest features that they put in Nougat. It was cool in Marshmallow too, but in Nougat we kind of lost all of our custom features. So I really like I depend on that blur, to help just get the ROM to look, I don't know, custom. So I do like this feature, and I pretty much choose everything. I go with both the quick settings. Quick settings. Let me see, recent apps. What else? Anyways, it blurs quite a few items in there for you. So that's pretty much it as far as the Hexa customizations go, which is a lot of custom features. We'll hit display real quick, just so you guys can see it. I'm not going to, go through everything on this. They do give you the columns as far as your dashboard go, your columns and your, in both portrait and landscape. Then your sound settings, again, are very standard. You do have the link ringtone and notification volumes. I like that feature. And these are your other sound settings. Even security, I'm just going to scroll through it, let you guys see it, because there's really nothing different in the security settings as far as any of the other Nougat ROMs go. They're pretty much the same. Developer options. A couple things I did want to bring up. Here's your advanced reboot. Make sure that that's turned on if you want that reboot menu. They do have root in here somewhere. Right here is your root access. And I thought I saw System UI restart in here somewhere. Right there. If you want to restart your System UI, it's a nice app to have. I think all ROMs should have it. You basically click on System UI restart, and it does exactly that. It just restarts your System UI. It's good for seeding themes in case it doesn't work, in the theme manager. you can just hit that system UI restart, and small things like your fonts, stuff like that, will usually take. Android debugging, make sure that's on. They come with a local terminal, which is awesome. If you guys know how to use that, then you know what I'm talking about. It's a great feature to have. As far as the animations go, it comes already set at 0.5, which I think is about perfect. And all the way at the bottom, you have your kill app back button. So that is it, guys. That is Hexa ROM as flashed. That is exactly the way it looks. Yes, I have a custom color in my, as far as my clock and that goes. But hey, it would be white. So that comes with the ROM. I do want to put a theme on real quick just to let you guys see that Substratum is working. I'm going to do this as quick as I can. I already have the theme made, so basically all I'm going to be doing is enabling it. I'm just trying to think of which one I want to go with. You know what? Let's go with something that's not completely off the wall. I'm going to pause this while it builds its cache resources. Actually, that was pretty quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click that on. I'm going to pick the UX5 Plus. Click that on so it actually picks everything. We're going to go accent color. Let's go with amethyst. All right. I think this is one that doesn't give you too many options to go with. Tiles, columns, numbers, the columns. No, I want 3. I don't want any more than 3. And that's pretty much it as far as the settings go. We're going to click that, and we are going to click build and enable. Now while it's building, I'm going to pause it. That way you're not standing here watching it. Okay, if I had to guess, I would probably say it took about 1 full minute for it to build and enable. So it didn't take that long. This isn't a really big theme. And I didn't get any notification saying that I had an issue with it. And this is not one of those themes that, for those of you that like stock, you won't be offended by this theme. So I'll let you guys see what it looks like. Basically, that's the drop down, of course. You've got to, don't think about the blue because I put that in there. You're probably not going to have that blue in there. And these are your settings. This is what settings looks like. It's basically just a white, background. It's made to make your phone look like the LG G5 or, the LG V10 or whatever, as far as your system settings go. If you go to About Phone, click on the OS, Hexa, and that, you can see that the nav bars are white with a white background. And then, of course, they're app dependent. Depending on where you're at, they're going to change colors. And I also like to go with 6. I'm going to show you something else quickly. And this doesn't take long here at all. We're going to click on 6 theme. And as soon as it gets done here, I'm going to swipe over to the font settings. And I'm going to click on Caviar Dreams Thicker. And I'm going to click the check mark. And that's going to set my, my fonts up, which I like. These are my favorite of all the fonts. I've actually got quite a few compliments on it, people wanting to know what they were. So this is what I'm going to go with here as far as my fonts go anyways. And then last but not least, I want to, now let me just go home here real quick, because that's pretty much the theme. Last but not least, I do want to throw Nova Launcher back on and change my eyes. There are a couple icons out there that are not really new, but what's new about them is they've made them so you can get them without getting theme, which I think is pretty cool. Because I always run them when I have the theme, but when I don't have the theme, you have to load the theme in order to use them. So this is pretty cool. I'm going to hurry up here. We're going to go ahead and select our home launcher default. We're going to do that again just to make sure that it's set. We're going to pick all the way. Okay, now we're good to go. I'm going to look and feel on theme, and we're going to pick Empire. I'm going to go back, give it a chance to change because we're running a layers theme and overlays take a while to kind of work for us, but you'll see once it changes here. Once it changes, it only takes this amount of time once. I kind of like them. They have a greenish look to them, square. They're not over the top, or crazy or anything like that. And I just like them. So I wanted you guys to see those. Also, there's another set of icons. Whoops, I didn't want to go there. What I wanted to show you guys was this. Under icons, I'm going to go with the other one. See, I run Tang a lot, and I run it because I like the icons. But I found that I don't need to throw the theme on anymore. You can get the icons without the theme. It's just a cream white icon with orange, with orange offset. It's really nice. I like them. I just thought I'd show it to you, let you guys see what they look like. And that's pretty much it. Well, guys, that's Hexa OS for the Nexus 6 based on Lineage OS. It's a hell of a ROM, guys. Tons of custom features. I know I've kept you for a while, but I really wanted to get this out there. I want to thank all of my subscribers. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you liked the video, and I will see you guys on the next one.